Hello everyone, this is the Fantastic One, and today we're going to talk about full recap on the Apple Spring event, 2nd of March 2011. So it started at 10 p.m. Let me see here. It started 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 Eastern. And Steve Jobs showed up. All of expectations said he's not going to show up, but actually showed up, so this is a very great start for the Apple event. So he started talking about the iBooks, which is, in my opinion, is a great app. And he said, a quote from him, we have over 2,500 publishers in the iBook store, as Steve Jobs said. Now there is 100 million books downloaded from the iBook store, and this is a very huge number according to what Apple have reached and what Apple thought of the iPad for the first time and iBooks for the first time. And he talked about he said that there is 2 million accounts that has been made for Apple credit and one-click purchases. Then he went to that he said that they paid $2 billion to the developers to develop their apps and softwares, and he said that some of the companies tried to copycat that, but they failed, and that's because, let's be reasonable, the App Store is the best stores for app. Let's see, look at the Android. I've tried the Android, and to be honest, it's messed up. It's not stylish. There's not a lot of apps. The apps are, half of them are laggy because of the tablet processor, of the tablet itself, or from the app itself. It's not high def as the Apple Store. Then he went to the generation, before he went to the generation, he said that there is 1 million iPhone sold around the world. This is amazing. Now, then he's talked about the revolution of iPods to iPhones and 2010 just iPads. And then he said there is 15 million iPads sold in 2010, 9 months, April to December. So 15 million iPads. Now what I remember from the first iPad, that a lot of YouTubers just went to their cam and just start recording, saying that the iPad won't success, won't work, it's just rubbish, Apple's big mistakes, and even bigger reviews also said that it's not that big deal. But look at it now. It's one of the first tablets. I mean, everybody knows iPad, but if you ask about ViewSonic, or if you ask about what, they don't really say, oh, they have a tablet actually. But as for the iPad, now, more than ever tablet PC ever sold. That's true. $9.5 billion in $2000 in 2010. Then he went to the App Store and said, Steve showing some of the app selections as eGadgets said on their website, and he started talking about apps and copycats, and he said that 2010 is the year of the iPad. And then he started showing the video of an iPad. Here is a small clip from the video.
The iPad is not a personal computer. It's beyond that. Some people call it a post-PC device because it can do some of the things the PC did in a far more personal way.
So the video is mainly about people and how they're being used, and some places that I really didn't know that they used them, and it's very good revolution. I think it's a big revolution, and Apple is the leader of this revolution. I'm saying a lot of revolutions here because revolutions are okay. Let's stop. So, and then here's the iPad 2. So here's the cheesy news, all new design, as he said, And then with the first one is A5 processor. Now we've seen that, I believe, in MacBook Air. Yes, I believe that. It's a dual core processor, up to 10 faster CPU, up to 9 faster graphics. So this is gonna be a blast, cause I know 9 by 9 faster graphics. Whoa. Now he talks about video cameras. Now there's also a video camera, a facing front camera and back camera, and then it's 33% thinner, which is the old iPad, or the first generation iPad is 13.4 millimeter. As for the new iPad, it's 8.8 millimeter, which is thinner than the iPhone, which is the 9.3 millimeter. And this is crazy. As for the weight, the first generation iPad is 1.5 pounds, and the new one is 1.3 pounds. So it's a slightly change on the weight, not too much, but slightly change. And believe me, you'll feel that it's slightly changed. But I was expecting more weight. But as of the thinner and the features till now, it's looking great. Now the big bomb that was put in the middle of the field was that iPad will come in two colors, black and white. Now there's a lot of people said that iPhone's white generation version didn't come yet, so how come they're gonna build an iPad black and white? Well, as Steve Jobs said, that they're gonna ship on the same date from the first date, both of them, and both of them are gonna have AT&T and Verizon from the first date that it's gonna be shipped, so no delays. As for the battery life, it will be 10 hours battery life, which obtains the same hours as the first generation, which is more is better, same is good, less is bad. That's my opinion. And over a month of standby. Now all that, and they're keeping the same price, $499, which is $500 for the iPad. Now here we've got a little graphics of, diagram on the prices. We've got the Wi-Fi 16 gigabyte $499, and Wi-Fi plus 3G 16 gigabyte is $692. So 2011 year of the iPad, and it's gonna be shipped all in March 11 in the US and March 25 over the world. So at the end of, as Steve Jobs, at the end of March, all the iPad will be all over the world. It's gonna conquer the world. Now, as a request from a lot of consumers and viewers and whatever you want to call them, they decided to put in HDMI video output. So yes, at last, HDMI. Now the good thing about the HDMI is not only HDMI, it also mirrors. I mean, it's not only streaming video, but also mirror what you're doing on the iPad. So believe it or not, you can play apps, Angry Birds, Word of Go on your big LCD TV. Just hook it up. Plus, it also plays up to 1080p, works with all apps, supports rotation, no setup or configurations, and charge your iPad while using. So it basically can use a USB to charge it up. I'm not sure if the USB you can also use it as a USB, like plug in a real USB and use it, but that will be cool. And an HDMI port, so if you're running low, you could just charge it while watching videos, and that will be for $93. That's right, $93. Now we come for the case. Now, as remember the old case, where they designed it, it was a bad design, in my opinion. The plastic and the shape, and for the standing, sometimes it fall behind because it's not well balanced. So they discovered a lot of weight to it. So they said, why do a case where you only cover your iPad? So they're doing a cover, and this is the smartest cover I ever saw. This is the cleverest cover. I think they have put a lot of job in this, a lot of design, a lot of thoughts, a lot of brainstorming over this, because it goes in two positions, the typing position and the video position where you can watch. And the good part with it sticks magnetically. So that means the magnet grabs and automatically to the iPad, so you don't have to attach it or just press it or do anything with it. You just lay on it and it's well balanced. Now, as I known that this cover only works for the second generation iPad, because the second generation iPad have a built-in magnet while the first generation doesn't have, so I don't think so it will work for it. However, this cover, if you lift it off, it automatically wake your iPad, and then when you close it, it automatically goes to sleep. So this is also a very good feature, because sometimes when I open my case have a cover, and when I open it, I have to go back and then close it and I have to open it again. So it's not a big deal, but it's a really good touch, nice touch, easy to remove or change. Now this little cover, there's a little small video, and there's an HTML, I think, on their website. Let me show it to you really fast. So it's really nice. You can see how these actually works. The cover, you can just lift it off and curve it and let it stand. However, let's go for the video, give you a little small clip of it. So this is a small clip, and I've got to say, it's a very, very nice cover. I mean, if it works for the iPad first generation, that would be me first buying it. We'll talk to that later. Now, it comes with 5 colors of, I don't know what he call it, but it's kind of the astronaut case. Poly, he said it. I think it's polyester, something like that. I'm not really sure about that. It comes with 5 different colors. It's for $93, and 5 different colors of leather. It will be $96. That would be more pricey. Now we get for the software. So as for the software, we've got the 4.3 actually iOS, sorry. So first of all, Safari performance is gonna be, now the main change is gonna be that AirPlay. Now for the AirPlay improvement, that you actually can stream to your iPad. That means if you're watching on your Apple TV and you want to stream it to your iPad and just go upstairs, you can do that. So it's a very nice feature that you can also watch on your iPad. Looking at the small capacity that you cannot just put in all the movies or music to your iPad. Now, and you've got the performance for iPad switch, mute or rotate click. You have, as we expected, you have the option to even go to the settings and put it as mute or rotation lock. Personal hotspot, this is for the iPhone 4 only, for the calling device, you can call it. And then we've got photo booth, and photo booth is a very, photo booth, if you experience it on Mac, it's very nice because you can play around with images and do shapes and different things. And then we turn to the FaceTime. The FaceTime on the iPad, it's really nice. It's more more interesting on the iPad because it has bigger interface or bigger screen, so it looks like you're really chatting with that person. And of course you can chat with iPhone devices or Mac. You can end up calls and do whatever you wanted. And then we've got the first iMovie for iPad. Now this is finally on the market. I mean, a lot of people wanted this, and it's finally here. Now, it's a very cool. This is the front face, and we've got, it's just the full iMovie app on the iPad. And you can also stream it to YouTube or Facebook or CNN Report, iTunes. You can stream it there. We've got different new themes, and then it will be for $4.99. Be also available on March 11 with the 4.3 iOS update and the iPad 2. Now GarageBand. And GarageBand, the new thing, it's for the iPad 2, is touch instrument like guitar, piano, organ, or drums and bass. There is guitar, amps, and effects. I think that's how they call it. I'll read it. 8-track recording and mixing. You can email a file of your song to whatever you want. And then they said some demo. We'll give you some clips of the demo.
So GarageBand will put you behind the seat of a virtual drum kit, and you can just bash away on your iPad. Right? And just like the keyboards, it knows if I tap soft or hard. Right? And there's different parts of the drum, plays different sounds, which is cool. And then I can even tap the edge of the ride cymbal to show that the position, as I move closer to the bell, you get a different sound, and I'll alternate between the two. Right, or the left and right side of the hi-hat to play open and close patterns.
So it's a very nice app. If you're a musician or you love music, you probably like it. And it's also for only $4.99. Will be also available on March 11 with the iOS and the iPad. Now this is the last recap. The iPad 2 mainly revolves on faster, lighter, thinner, a camera, and an iOS 4.3 plus FaceTime and photo booth, iMovie and GarageBand, both $4.99, and 56,000 apps for the iPad, 3G on AT&T and Verizon, same 10 hours battery life. So that's all for the recap. Now there's, as I've now my opinion for it, as I've heard from a friend of mine who has the prototype of iPad 3, which they're working on it right now. The iPad 3 is a really big revolution. As he said, he's not allowed to say what is it. It's a really big revolution. The iPad 2 was just there on the market because they want to just go with the market. Go with the flow, because all the tablets has the new cameras, and as Steve Jobs said that tablets are not even close to the iPad 1, and this is right. They are not even close to the iPad 2, and iPad 1, sorry. So iPad 2 is really in front of this generation of technology. Now, I'm not gonna buy the iPad 2 because in my opinion, it's just a matter of time, and it's gonna be the second year. Now, I don't care what you say, honestly, but this is how I think, because on 3 months I'm gonna buy a new laptop, so I'm just gonna save my money on the new laptop, and on the next year I'll probably buy the iPad 3, which is a big revolution, as he said, with the camera also is nothing different, and in my opinion, it has a lot of good news, but I mean 70% of it was expected, and the rumors were, half of it were right. As for the covers rumors that we all rumored about, so it's wrong. There is no SD card slot, there is no mini HDMI port. That was a big failure rumor. So that's all for today. Let me know what you think of the iPad 2. Let me know if you're gonna buy it or not, and tell me what you think of the cases. Write your thoughts under the comment. I'll be glad to know what you're thinking of, and see you in my next video. Peace.